Good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning where I am, but hi to you wherever you are. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chelsea, for those of you who are new here. And I am coming at you on a Saturday, which means that we are officially 5 weeks out from the Wasatch Warrior on April 20th. We're getting close, and I can't believe it. I think the closer I get to my show, the more real it's feeling. And I felt this way the first time that I competed too. It just didn't feel real until it was like right up on it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting on stage. I have been taking my time getting back to stage, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to compete this year, but I got to like the peak of my off season and I was feeling pretty good, and I ran it by my coach and was like, hey, Jess, what do you think about me just going for it and trying another show this year? And she was like, we have nothing to lose. So that's why I am 5 weeks out from my show in 2024. I don't know what the rest of the season is going to look like. I mentioned in my last video that my original plan was to do this show and then see what my feedback was in order to make a decision on the next show. And it's challenging to know exactly like what to do or what my show season's gonna look like, because I'm an amateur, I'm in the NPC, and because I took like a year and a half off from being on stage, I have to requalify for nationals, and that was kind of what determined me starting my prep when I did, because I needed some time to, you know, pull off all of the body fat that I had put on during my off season, which it was relatively, I don't know how to word it. I didn't blow up, for lack of a better term, but I did put on body fat because I needed to, and I actually did put on a lot more size in my off season than I had put on in my previous time with my coach leading up to show, like before my previous prep, because we actually didn't plan to do a show in 2022 because I had just started with her in April of that year, which it's kind of exciting that this show that I'm competing at like next month is an official like 2-year mark that I started with my coach. I just think that it's really beautiful to see the work that her and I have both put in to this long improvement season and my first show season, and I'm just feeling really proud and really excited to celebrate that with her, especially getting back on stage for it. Not that the reason why we chose this show was because it was our like 2-year coach-client anniversary, but I don't know, there's a lot of things that are coming together really quickly, and I'm just feeling really good about it. I am on my way to Arm Breast Pro Gym right now to do a posing seminar, but I'm gonna train glutes before. It's like 8 a.m. and I'll probably get there around 8:45 and train glutes and then do the posing session. And I love these because they're group sessions, and I've talked about it before, but it's great exposure to be able to pose next to other girls like you would on stage, because I would say that's the only downside to practicing posing by yourself is that lack of like stage awareness that you build up when you practice with other people. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I think I'm going to get coffee with a friend afterwards, but we both have to do cardio, so it's a cardio and latte date, except I'm already drinking my latte, so I'm probably just gonna have an Americano. And I guess this is a good opportunity to give you my prep update for this week, because things changed a tiny bit honestly, the changes in prep are so minor, but it's that minor change over time that leads to weight loss and fat loss, which is the goal. So she dropped and when I say she, it's my coach, obviously. But she dropped my carbs by 10 grams again. And I definitely felt this drop. Like this week, my energy was really low and my motivation to go to the gym was pretty low. So I had to dig a little deeper. And I feel like that's how it's going to be for the next few weeks. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that I'm ready before my show a tiny bit so we can start to bump up my calories as I go into the show and start that reverse diet. Granted, I don't know what the next step is after this show, but all I can focus on is what we can do to get ready and be my best for this show. So she dropped my carbs by 10 grams, and then she didn't move my cardio or anything. And she had me check in on Thursday again to see what was going on because my weight fluctuated up a tiny bit, but we think that it has to do with my hormones. I was projected to start my period a couple of days ago, and I kind of have a feeling I'm gonna lose it if I haven't already. It's just the way it went for me in my first show season. I mean, there were a lot of things that were different, and I actually didn't have a period for a long time, like 9 months, but that was not related to prep. This time though, I was able to figure out when my period came back, like what body weight I was at, and we are below that now. My body's a little unpredictable when it comes to menstruating. It's been like that since I got my period when I was 16. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not trying to have children. I don't have any other side effects that would make things, not make things, but that they wouldn't be a worry. I don't know. Maybe I'm just desensitized to not having my period. Anyway, I will be getting labs done and everything once I'm done with this prep, just like I did last time. The tricky part about getting labs for me, though, is my levels always come back within a range that isn't a red flag to doctors, and I don't think they give a shit about your levels being optimal. So I've been trying to look into what the levels should be and what would be optimal. That way I can kind of make an informed decision for myself and ask them the right questions, because I'm not trying to diagnose myself, but the more information that I have going into my doctor's office, I've found that that gives me a better result with what I need. It just is a little bit challenging because I don't have the money to like hire someone to come and pull my blood for me and do a whole hormone panel. Those, from what I've seen, are like $1,000 a piece, and I just can't do that right now. But I do have medical care through the Veterans Affairs, and I just have to advocate for myself a little bit stronger than you might need to with a regular primary care provider. We are getting in a deep rabbit hole right now. But anyway, things are good. I'm feeling a lot better after the last couple of days. I don't know if I had a ghost period and I just didn't bleed, but I had the other hormones and side effects that I normally do because I just felt exhausted and my recovery was kind of bad. But I also didn't sleep very well last week. So I know sleep is so important. I am just struggling a little bit to balance the demands of my PhD program and getting it all in a day, you know? Because I've had to kind of switch the way that I do my schedule at school to make the accommodation for what I need to do in my lab. And I talked about this in my last video, if you want to click back. I had a pretty in-depth conversation about my PhD program. And the challenges that are associated with that, so I'm not gonna go into that here, but moral of the story, carbs got dropped and I'm feeling great. So I'm gonna finish this drive, maybe call a friend or something. I don't know who's up this early. I forget what time everyone's at now because of this stupid daylight savings. I kind of miss living in Arizona because I didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this drive and eat my breakfast, and I will see you at Armbrust. Hi everyone, welcome back to my car. You might be wondering, Chelsea, where is the footage from Armbrust? I didn't get any. Honestly, it was kind of chaotic in there, and I just didn't feel comfortable filming because there were a lot of people in the legroom that I was in, and maybe one day I'll get to the point where I don't care. But today was not that day. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I died a little bit on the pendulum squat. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at The Shredded Lentil, because I would love to connect with you there, and I'm on it every day. So you'll be able to get like more in real time updates, training clips, that sort of thing. And I just like interacting on there. So anyway, I did glutes and hamstrings, and then I posed, and I'll insert a clip after this of my posing routine that I did after. If they end up making a reel or something, I will like post that on here instead, because I don't really like the clip I got of my individual routine. The lighting wasn't very good in there. But we had a great posing seminar. I had an opportunity to like really get a feel for what it would be like if there were a bunch of us on stage and not just one person or a couple of people, and that was really cool. Wadi, he's one of the trainers at Armbrust. He had all of us, the figure girls, the wellness girls, and all the bikini girls line up on the sides, and then he actually like brought, like eight or nine of us out at the same time, and that was really cool to experience because there is a different perspective that you have to pose with if you are on the side stage further away from the head judge. You have to tilt yourself or like position yourself so that to the audience you're tilted, but to the head judge they can still see the same shape that you would have if you were directly in front of them. So it helps build what's called stage IQ, and I find it very valuable. So anyway, I am going to put my maps on and figure out how the heck to get home, because somehow I made it into Arvada and that's not where I wanted to go. So see you in a bit. Okay, turns out I was going the complete wrong direction. I have like horrible directional awareness when I drive, and it's not helpful when I'm in a place that I've never been before. So I needed a coffee after that training and posing session though, so I went and got an Americano. And I shit on Starbucks. I don't like going to Starbucks. But sometimes when you need a Americano, it hits the right spot. But only if you get blonde roast. Because the other roasts taste like booty. So don't get those. But anyway, I'm trying to think of what else I can update you on really quick before I get on the freeway. But honestly, it's been a good Saturday. I ended up not getting coffee with my friend, obviously. So now I'm just heading home and I'm gonna do some homework. And not necessarily homework, but just work at home because I have data to analyze and I can do that from my couch. So I'm gonna do that. And I don't know, try not to be hungry. Easier said than done. But I guess the rest of this video is just gonna be a little wrap up day in my life situation, because I do have to make a snack and my dinner when I get home, and I don't know, you can come hang out on the couch with me while I do my work and I'll show you my animals. I don't know, I wanted to practice my individual posing routine again, but I think I'm just gonna save that for tomorrow morning because I have a posing session with my coach, my posing coach, Laura. I am gonna meet with her every week until my show now, because honestly, the more practice, the better I am able to execute the posing routine the way that I've been practicing it on stage, and that's what matters more. I'm so excited. It kind of feels unreal how close it is. I mean, 5 weeks is still a good chunk of time, but the more days go by, the more ready I'm feeling, and I was waiting for this to happen because I didn't feel like the readiness would come to me, especially not 5 weeks out, just given the fact that my body didn't really drop weight as quickly as I was anticipating it would, because I don't have a huge issue losing weight, but I definitely think that my health and the fact that I had my fallopian tube removed because it was dead tissue inside of me from a cyst. Long story, I don't know if I actually said anything like that to you guys on here, but I had a surgery a few weeks ago to get a cyst removed that I had no idea was there, and I have a really strong feeling that that was why my body wasn't responding to the protocols as my coach was giving them to me. But now that I am healed and I don't have dead tissue in my body, I am feeling a lot better. And not only that, but my body is responding to prep so much better. So that's been reassuring. And I'm just excited. Shit's gonna get crazy. I'm gonna be really lean. And we have 5 more weeks to dial it in. I am eating a kind of weird snack, but it tastes good. I have half a banana, and then I mixed some peanut butter, 5 grams of protein powder, and water together. It's sweet. It's peanut buttery. What more could you ask for? I am in the process of making like a cookie dough situation with this Plant Gym protein. This is my favorite protein ever, specifically the oatmeal cookie flavor. I just tried the chocolate hazelnut flavor. I'm pointing because it's in my pantry, but it's not as good as the oatmeal cookie. But I make protein frosting out of this protein. I put it in my oatmeal, and now I put it on bananas. It's pretty good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I figured I would show you what I'm making for dinner because it's slightly different than the dinner that I had the other day, mostly because I have different ingredients in my house and I still like to switch it up and keep some variety in my day, even though I really do eat the same foods a lot of times, just in different quantities, depending on how high or low my macros are. But today I have texture vegetable protein, as usual. And then I have some tofu and kidney beans. And then I'll be combining that with cream of rice, mostly because I just ran out of rice and haven't made it yet. And then nutritional yeast. And I have some other sauces that I didn't show you last time that I'll show you now because they're pretty good. I'm a big fan. So this first one is this mango chutney that I found from Whole Foods. This Brooklyn Deli brand is super good. But I also think that I programmed in... Oh no, I didn't, but this is a different one that I wanted to show you. So it's pad thai sauce from the Watcheries brand. You guys, this brand is thebomb.com. If you're trying to argue with me, just don't leave a comment. And then the other one that I wanted to put in here that I forgot, I think I still can make it fit, but it's this roasted garlic. So the caveat with this one is it doesn't taste very good on its own and you need a very small quantity, but it adds like a really good garlic flavor. Just don't eat it by itself. But anyway, I have that and then just like a tiny bit of ginger left. And I'm gonna put all of that in a bowl with some greens and that's gonna be it. It's 5 p.m. right now, and I'm gonna edit this video and then go to sleep because that's the reality of how I'm feeling right now. The wall of tired hit me like the second I walked into my house, and it just kind of got worse as the evening has been going on. Oh, I almost forgot too. So the last couple of days I have been, instead of just drinking straight creatine, I have been using this Legion recharge stuff because it has creatine and, I mean, they add L-carnitine to this and this like leaf extract that I have no idea what it does. It's probably for like micronutrients or something. Oh no, it's just stevia. Why don't they just call it stevia? Anyway, this supplement for creatine is more fun to drink than just straight creatine in like a tiny amount of water. So I have been doing that with my dinner instead. And I like it. It's blue raspberry. My coach has a code, like a discount code for Legion that I used to get this. But this is one of those things that I can't really like drink every day because it's a really strong flavor, which is fine, but I don't know. I'm really picky with like my flavored things. So I think this is where the video will end because, like I said, I want to edit it and I can't really do that when I'm still filming it. So I'm going to make my dinner. I'll probably show you guys the process, or at least the final product. And then I think that's going to be it. But I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to these prep videos. It's really cool to see that there's people watching. And I don't know. I'm feeling really happy and really grateful and just excited for this whole prep to come together for show day. Because we all anticipate our show day, but I really do take a lot of pride and confidence from this process, knowing that I've given it everything I have. And that isn't equal to feeling drained or feeling like this is really dramatic, but like dead inside. It's not that kind of feeling. It's like an uplifting. I tried so hard for myself. I put in the time, I put in the work, and just seeing it all come together in this beautiful final product up on stage is one of my favorite moments that I've ever experienced. And I'm just looking forward to experiencing that again, but different because it's not my first time. It's my second time, and I have more knowledge going in this time. I have more experience coming out of this prep than I did my first prep, and it's just all really beautiful when it comes together. And the fact that I'll get to share this day with more people, just from people who I've connected with over the last 2 years being with Fit Body Fusion and moving to a new place, but making friends here, and all of my friends that I have met through Fit Body on my Instagram. It's just been really cool to connect, and now I'll get to meet a lot of them in person, which is so exciting. Anyway, if you take anything from this, it's that I'm very excited, I'm feeling more prepared, and every day that it gets closer to the show, I'm feeling more ready, which is what I love about this process. So anyway, thank you. I will talk to you all again next week for my 4-week out video. Oh my God, only a month. Okay, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already. It's at The Shredded Lentil, and I'll be posting pretty much daily, at least on my stories over there. And if you do end up following me there, say hello. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I think next week's vlog is going to be what I wish I knew before my first prep video. I've been taking note of some things that have popped into my head the last couple of weeks, and I think that it would be cool to share that 1 month leading up to my show. I've been getting a lot of questions from girls at the group posing sessions that I attend and things like that about, how my first show experience was, what helped me prepare. And I think that this insight is really valuable for people who are just starting out, because the more you know, the better able you are to prepare yourself. That's how I feel about it. And I am by no means an expert, but just going through the first show and the first improvement season there's a lot of firsts and a lot of insight gained after that experience. So anyway, I'll share that with you next week. Follow me on Instagram, comment below if you liked this video or if you didn't, whatever. And I will see you next week.